What's up guys, I'm Jordan from RKTUNES and this is one of my Turbo E36s. So I got this car probably a year and a half back, didn't drive it for about 6 to 8 months, it just sort of sat and collected dust. And then randomly I guess I messed up all my cars, was working on them, and I decided let me get plates for this, let me register and insure it so I can start driving and enjoying it. And I've been doing that. I've driven it probably like, I don't know, 20 times, 30 times home and to work, which might not sound a lot, but it's actually like a decent amount for me. The car is sort of kind of crap, but it's really great at the same time. It's a 97 or 98 M3. I gotta check which one. 4-door. I love 4-door M3s. It's pretty much my favorite. All my cars lately are white. I had a black Turbo M3 that I posted a while ago that I crashed. I hit a curb trying to poorly drift, and I bent some control arms. I didn't really damage the body. That car's actually outside. If we want to show that, we can. Here, real quick. My friend... I sold it to my friend, and then he painted it techno violet, fixed just a few bent control arms, and then now, because he always wanted one too, and I came across this one after I crashed mine, I was a little depressed. I forgot about that. It's crazy coincidence that it's here right now. It's this car. So, yeah, I don't know how good you can show it, but this car was black, and it was my old Turbo M3, has built engine, really nice speed turbo manifold. It made 7, I think 40 or 50. It's here right now because the fuel pump check valve's bad, so the startup's a little shitty. So I bought him new. The deal was like, I'll just swap out the fuel pump for him, and he finally got it all done. Pretty much, I mean, it needs to be like gone over, but he painted it techno violet. It's pretty cool, I guess. And we gotta just throw fresh fuel pumps in this, and then he'll be out driving this. But he saw me driving. He's like, I want that car. So it all sort of just worked out, and he bought this from me a little bit after I bought that one also. So I guess I had multiple at the same time, which often happens. I often have multiple Turbo E36s, and then I have for a little while, I sell them, but we'll hop back on my white one. So I got this car like was turbo and had a bunch of stuff done to it. The interior is super clean. Show you guys the interior. The exterior is like in really, really good shape. When we put it in the air, I'll show you the wheel wells. Everything's super, super clean, which is great. The thing is, bushing wise in the car, it needed like a lot of love. It's on stock shocks, stock springs. I don't know about anything else really. Since getting it, we put a big case diff in it that I had laying around with a drive shaft shop drive shaft. I have some rubbing going on somewhere, so I gotta look into that today while it's in the air. But it drives horribly. It needs an alignment. The front wheels are really far forward, which means it probably has the wrong offset lollipop bushings. So we're gonna take a look at that, probably throw new lollipop bushings on. I have a set of used ground control coilovers from a car that I bought originally to part out. So I took those coilovers. I have these wheels that came off the same car, which are throwing stars. I'm missing the centers, but I'm gonna order, I found centers online, I gotta order to throw on. Clear tail lights, clear corner lights, clear little side marker things. I saw another white car with all the clear stuff and I really liked it. The windows are tinted already. I'll probably remove the tint at some point. It might stay on for today, just for time reasons. But it's turbo. It's got a head gasket head studs in it. It's got HTA 35R. It was actually off my friend Anthony's Fern Green 50,000 mile E36 that he now makes 1,000 plus horsepower. He sold this kit to someone in Minnesota. They sold to a friend. This is their friend's car that I found on Facebook Marketplace a while ago before prices got super crazy. And it was coincidentally that I was familiar with the turbo kit. Anthony upgraded the intercooler to a treadstone at some point. It had a normal 35R, and he upgrades the HTA compressor wheel because he scratched the wheel at some point working on it. Has 3-inch exhaust, crappy synapse blow-off valve that always leaks idle, causing little idle and drivability issues, which I need to get changed. That won't happen today, but we're gonna try to get the suspension proper to get it driving better and get a little bit lower, get these wheels on and throw the clear stuff on so it looks better. Because right now, like I said, it's really crappy driving. It's like really, really sketchy. It just drives really, really poor. I also, the same guy Anthony also built me a diff. So over there, we can show you guys, I have a big case, like a built diff with 4 clutches, which will hopefully make it a little bit more stable. The diff right now is pretty blown out, even though it's a big case. I won't be swapping that today though, I don't think. So with putting in the air, we figured out that the car has the wrong control arm bushing. 96, 99 is supposed to have a center control arm bushing. It has an offset. The offset one on a 95 fixes caster. This car, I guess, has way too much caster because of that control arm bushing and the OEM top hats. So that's probably why I had issues when I drive the car and go to lock, like sliding the car. I'd almost spin out every time and I'd have to like steer back. I guess it had so much caster, it was self-steering a lot. So we're gonna swap in normal control arm bushings at the same time. Well, I'm gonna swap in normal control arm bushings to fix the caster. And then, yeah, just throwing in the coilovers now. If you guys wanna look, this shit is super, super clean. We also, I have it in front lip, might end up on the car, but this thing is like, I think pretty clean for a high-ish mileage E36. I mean, even if we get in the air a little bit more and we show you the whole body of it, the whole underneath this car is like really, really clean. So the car leaking cool line going to the turbo along with the oil return line had a little bit of seepage, and it has like a few other little things like thermostat housing has a little bit of residue around it. It's a relatively dry car compared to most BMWs, most E36s, but he's just trying to fix the one cool line leak that's like actually, well, the line was dry and he touched it and now it broke. So we're changing that one line, tighten down the oil return line to hopefully fixes that. In the future, I'll worry about the residue from everything else. I'm not so sure how I love the wheels. They're also missing the center caps, which are pretty much these, they look like, but they're twisted. So like this cuts one way instead of being like the contours. So I need to get the center pieces. I don't have them, but this has these wheels have way better tires than these. So I'm gonna try it anyway. The rear needs to go down a little bit because it was actually came off a convertible. So because it was a convertible, the rear was set so freaking high to take up the weight difference of the convertible. So now it's on my sedan. The thing's super high in the rear and it's making it have a lot of positive camber, which looks janky. We'll lower it, give it a little bit negative camber, not a ton, just enough so it won't hit the fender. And then he's getting a new hose for the coolant line, and then I guess we'll throw on the side markers and stuff and see how it looks. I hate black wheels, so I think this looks horrendous right now, like really, really, really bad. But at least it will have newer tires for me to drive on, and I'll order the new center pieces. We lowered it, but this is all like sort of beat up because it's been in and out probably multiple cars now. So he's lowering the car pretty much. It was full high, we went full low, and it was super tucked in the rear. So we actually gave it a hair camber, and we're going up about this much. I don't know how much that much is gonna do compared to this being all the way down, but it'll probably be pretty decent fitment. That with a little bit of camber. See how it goes. Every E36 never has working taillights, and I feel like half the problem why. A lot of times the connection on that's bad, but these little tabs get so worn down. When I pulled this out first, it was flat. So I shoved like a little flathead in there and pry them all upwards so that it makes a better connection on the taillight assembly. But they have like wiring issues too, etc. No, that's fine. But I usually just pop in and just pry them up. And it makes like a pretty big difference usually. It usually helps. So, because this car has aftermarket coilovers and the shock length doesn't change, but the spring does, you have a shock that droops way more than the spring, and then the spring falls out. So then you have to literally go down little by little, pop the spring in. And once your spring's in, can I go down this on? Yeah. Yeah, once you do this little by little, you're good. Are you good?
I'm good.
This side's good too. Can I go all the way?
Yeah, go.
What do you think? Got the clear tails in, which I think looks coolish. I think the wheels are horrible. I feel like this is literally how to ruin an E36 because it went from having these really nice contours to these. I'm probably gonna just buy, I don't know, I'll see. Maybe I'll buy the correct faces and have these redone to be the same bright silver that those are. I have a battery draw, which the car sat for 3 months and was fine, and now all of a sudden sat for 1 day with the trunk open instead, and the door opened probably a little bit. So there's probably a light somewhere staying on, and then just kill the battery. Was it 3 months or no, a month or two sat at my house, no problem, started up today, and now it's dead after like 7 hours. But we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna drive on these, which I think looks horrible. We threw on these we did not throw on the front corner lights because the front headlights are so plastic, and I didn't realize that. I was gonna steal them from a different car I have, but I decided against that. So we just did the clear tails. Which, it's all right. It is on me time. Sorry. He's right. You back up the footer, so you're gonna leave it on like you'll cover. I don't know, some people love black wheels. I'm like anti-black wheels. It's like against my religion, pretty much. And these are not like fully black, and it looks like it's a cool-ish, but it's not my style. The OEM silver ones are like way better. So I'm probably gonna change that up. I don't know exactly which way, but this is it. I feel like I ruined it. But hopefully the suspension, change the control arm, hopefully I fix that part of it and make it great. But yeah, that's really it. I mean, I hope you guys like seeing this E36 stuff. Stay tuned for more.